Hi. This is Chris Edge. Because everything has already been said and written about Skyrim since its release in 2011, I think it is pointless to actually review it. Thousands of videos are around, explaining and exploring its lore to the last molecule. Instead, I would talk about my story with it. Back in 2011, I had a boxed copy of Skyrim. Around that time, I only had one game registered on Steam, Half-Life 2 Orange Box, dating back to 2009. I was an offline gamer at the time. As far as I can recall, I gave my box version to a buddy when I thought I finished it, after playing at least 150 hours. Somewhere in 2013 I bought Deus Ex Human Revolution, which required Steam registration, and as I began to use the platform more and more, it evolved into what it is now. I did not want to sink too deeply into Steam, but you know how it works. If you're a gamer, there are simply too many excellent games available, for an incredibly low price during sales. Also, games stay updated automatically, sparing a lot of time for you. So, you stay at the end and just see the number of games growing and growing in your Steam library. So, assuming that I had already finished the game once, I purchased the Skyrim Legendary Edition during a winter sale, among my first Steam games, as far as I can remember. I thought I would just check the DLC quests I haven't seen, for a little easy enjoyment only. Well, I was wrong. I fully lost myself in Tamriel once more. This time, to depth. Like any truly outstanding RPG, it pulled me in a direction that was quite different from my very first game, in terms of character development and journey. My addiction to Bethesda's RPGs is evident, as something similar happened with Morrowind, Oblivion, Fallout 3, and New Vegas before. Skyrim became my favorite, by far. It is a game that could keep me glued to the computer for an extra 300 hours, and because of the variety that DLCs provided, it was a brand new experience. I should not mention that it happened again when I received the updated Skyrim SE version in 2016. The same journey. I became lost in Tamriel again. Skyrim lived through many updates. The Legendary Edition that I bought on Steam in 2013 included all DLCs, then the Special Edition in 2016 brought the same content with an engine facelift. Of course I maxed out both. 300 hours each, with completely different characters. I noticed that people reported instability on newer computers, but I have never experienced that. Actually, on my old system Skyrim was much less stable. Despite that I am a fan, I have to admit that this game is full of bugs. But it is a feature of highly complex dynamic systems, I think. All epic RPGs like Witcher or Fallout games include massive systems that still hold the lore together, so I think glitches are forgivable, for the exchange of a rich game world. The weakest point for me is that the main storyline feels a little weak, especially compared to Planescape Torment, New Vegas, Pillars of Eternity or any Witcher game, where even side quests are supported by stronger stories. But it is just me. And I must admit that the rich lore and the expansions absolutely provide, so I never worried much about the main quest anyway. But, regardless of my subjective itch for strong storylines, I still belong to the group of players that regarded Skyrim as the best game of its kind when it was released, and it will always rank among the best, regardless of its age. It is not a problem that it is more than a decade old. The interface is still great, its lore is very rich, and it is full of secrets. Some are pretty hard to find and complex to solve. You can literally play this game for a decade while still discovering new things, even after completing all Steam achievements. Skyrim is a must-have if you enjoy RPGs, and aren't concerned about immersing yourself for a long time, in a virtual world. The Elder Scrolls series is a comprehensive, complex, epic universe with its own unique mythology, creatures, lore, and stories. You can wander around for years, still discovering new things. As it is sort of evergreen, Skyrim is a completely relevant game in 2023, especially if you haven't played it yet. Despite that it does not have the most advanced visual technology and there are way better looking games around, like Kingdom Come, I can still wander around this Nordic part of Tamriel, enjoying the scenery. NPCs show their age, but the dynamic environment, weather effects, great visual design, lights and last but not least, awesome music and sound design still has it. I think Skyrim looks and plays very nice for a rather old game. Despite that I maxed it out twice, I still enjoy coming back there, from time to time. As for a practical hint, even if you prefer to play vanilla versions as I do, I still suggest downloading the most recent version of the Skyrim script extender, SKSE in short, as it provides an excellent framework for modding and adds some helpful tools like the Sky UI that is a massive in-game management tool. Of course, if you incorporate improvements created by a sizable modding community, you can go absolutely berserk with your game. To me, it feels a little unfair to talk about Skyrim just in a nutshell as it is epic and my favorite game to date, but it is what it is. A short review of a long, great RPG. See you, somewhere, in time.